Good afternoon, fellow tankers. Commander Denalii here. Today we're taking a look at the Tier 10 British heavy tank, the Chieftain Mk. I unlocked this tank a few weeks ago, and I've been having a lot of fun in it. I don't have a lot of games played in it. I don't even think I have more than 100, but I am really enjoying this tank. As you can see here, I went ahead and put a bunch of camo on it, and this tank just looks phenomenal. It's got tarps on the gun tube, the paint job just works with this tank. The extended bustle rack on both sides of the turret, which don't count as hitboxes, by the way. Also the smoke generator on the rear of the turret. All of this cosmetic stuff just makes this tank just look fantastic. Not only that, but I love tanks that play like medium tanks. And this is one of those heavies that if you play it like a medium tank, you will have a lot of success. As you see, it's got the smoke grenade launchers on the front as well, which is a nice little touch. Anyway, let's look at some stats. This thing has the Leyland L60 motor in it. It has engine power of 750 horsepower. It also has a 120mm main gun. This main gun has a 7.27 rounds per minute rate of fire. It has an aiming time of 1.5 seconds. It has an accuracy of 0.32. The average penetration for your standard round is 270. For your premium round is 310, and for your HESH round is 140. The damage on this, the average damage is 400 for your standard and premium, and 515 for your HESH round. The hull can traverse at 40 degrees per second, and the turret can traverse at 30 degrees per second. The view range on this is 390 meters, and the signal range is 750 meters. All in all, it's a pretty awesome tank. So here's the engine. As I said, it's 750 horsepower, which gives it a power ratio of 13.66 horsepower per ton. It can go 42 kilometers per hour forward and 15 in reverse. It only has a 10% chance of fire. So that's pretty good for a Tier 10 heavy. The main gun reload time is 8.25 seconds, aiming time of 1.5 seconds, accuracy of 0.32, which is phenomenal, and it has a gun elevation, a max elevation of 20 degrees, and a max gun depression of 10 degrees, which means if you can put this thing on a hill and go haul down, you're going to have a lot of success because it does everything. The track on this has a terrain resistance of 1.2 for hard ground, 1.4 for medium ground, 2.1 for soft ground. And like I said, it does rotate at 40 degrees a second, so it's really quick on rotating. The turret has 390 meters of base view range, and the rotation speed is 30 degrees per second. The radio on this is located in the back rear of the turret, and it has a signal range of 750 meters. This tank also has 2,200 hit points. And here's my loadout for the ammo. As you see, I got 25 standard rounds. The penetration goes from a minimum of 203 millimeters penetration to a maximum of 338, and the damage goes from 300 to 500. The shell velocity of your standard round is 1,372 meters a second. When you go from standard to premium, your penetration is going to go from a minimum of 203 to a minimum of 233, and your maximum is going to go from 338 millimeters of penetration to 388 millimeters of penetration. The damage stays the same, but the shell velocity does drop by 22 meters a second, which is not a big difference. Your HESH shells, though, they have a minimum penetration of 105 millimeters and a maximum penetration of 175 millimeters. The damage varies from the low end of 386 to the high end of 644. It has a splash radius of 2.4 meters, and the shell velocity is very slow, 671 meters a second, which is well under half as fast as your standard round. I like to load 20 of these because I like to use them on the sides of medium tanks, light skin tank destroyers, and also artillery. It's really fun. And as you can see here, I've got 7 crew skills on this, and I'm almost done with my 8th. I went ahead and put my snakebite crew into this tank to increase the accuracy that much more. So here you are with the armor. As you can see, the side skirts, the belly plate, and the rear of the tank, top deck rear of the tank, are 1 to 20 millimeters thick. Your side skirts do count as spaced armor right there, so if you do get hit by an HE round there, the splash won't, it'll mitigate your damage. So your track, the rear of your hull, the rear of your turret, and a little bit of the bottom rear of your turret where it meets the hull is 21 to 30 millimeters thick. So not a whole lot of armor there. The sides of your actual hull itself, a couple places on the rear backside of the turret, and the top part of your back deck on the sides is all 31 to 50 millimeters thick. So like I said, you want to keep this tank hulled down. The top part of your turret is 51 to 70, but if you're got your turret pointed forward and that's the only place able to shoot at, the effective armor on that is a lot more. The front of your hull is 71 to 90. That's both upper plate, lower plate, and a couple places on the side. As you can see, the lines on the turret are really strange on this tank, but as it gets thicker, it gets more concentrated on the gun mantelet. So there you go. You guys can have a look at that. Now, here's the one thing that I don't like about this tank, and that's that hatch on the top that only has somewhere between 121 and 160 millimeters of protection. That is a weak spot, and if you come up against E100s, T110E5s, anything of that nature, they will pin that every single time they shoot at it with standard rounds. And as you see, getting closer to the gun, and the armor just keeps increasing. And even more right there. And with the maximum amount of armor, as you see, the viewport right under your hatch is amazing. A lot of people like to aim for that, and it's great when they hit you there and it just bounces. And of course, your gun mantelet itself is also well over 231 millimeters thick. So you guys, you just want to be careful about getting shot in the hatch in this if the only part of your tank that you're exposing is the turret. Other than that, you don't want to get shot anywhere in the hull. You will take massive damage if you do. Alright, so for supplies, I like to do 25 standard rounds, 19 premium rounds, 20 HESH rounds. And as you see, I do a small repair, small first aid, and I was doing a fire extinguisher, but I did decide to change it to the pudding and tea. After playing, I want to say about 50 or 60 matches, I decided to do this switch, just because I haven't been caught on fire. So for equipment, I want to run coated optics for the additional 10% view range, and then I want to run the vertical stabilizers for accuracy on the move, and also the improved vents to add plus 5% to all my crew skills. So with that and the food, you get an additional 15%, which just makes the shooting on the move on this tank is phenomenal, especially when you got your crew trained in snapshot and smooth ride. So anyway, here we go. Without delay, we're on Runeberg, winter time. And what I like to do on this map when I'm in a heavy tank is I like to go to the city. As you see, I am platooned up in this match. I've got a buddy in a tank destroyer and a buddy in a medium tank. I do want to say that the medium tank is the T-54E1 that's here 9, and I can't quite remember what the tank destroyer is. Maybe it was a Jagdtiger or something of that nature. I don't exactly remember. So anyway, like I said, I like to push into the city here, and where I like to go is down to the D2 area first and just cover that corner, or even to the E2 area right in that little side road right there, which is where I'm going to go on this one, and try to cover over by the fountain for anybody that tries to push into the city center, because then we can get shots on them. So here's a nice little spot that I've found I like to park, is right here on this variant of the map, because it does protect a lot of your hull. It doesn't completely keep your hull safe, but it does protect a lot of it. So my friend decides to push up in the T-54E1, so I'm just trying to skirt the wall here and push up with him as well, and try to help him out. So we got that guy spotted. Oh, and there's a Jagdpanzer E100. We're just going to snapshot really quick and get out of his line of fire. We do not want to take a shot from him, especially with our hull being exposed like that. So we'll just try to track him, make him burn a repair kit if he wants to move again, which I believe he did do. Oh, there's the enemy artillery. We'll go ahead and take him out really quick. And then we're going to try to focus this Jagdpanzer E100 again. And there we go, we got his track, so we'll go ahead and break his track again, try to get some assisted damage for any damage that he takes. And then we're going to aim at his lower plate. And there we go, we'll take him out really quick. And then we'll focus on these guys to our left. Tier 8 Oho. We'll just take him out with one shot really quick. And that's 3 kills that quick. It's amazing. I love the rate of fire on this tank. Try to get the hatch on the Tiger II and barely miss, but that's alright. And there we go. It's a Jagdpanzer E100 is who my friend is in the tank destroyer. So we move out of his way, let him take a shot. And then we're just going to push up around and try to get some more shots on these guys. Didn't have any good shots right there.
Dropping target.
So here we go. So as you see, the mobility of this tank is really damn good. We've already pushed down to the city center, and now we're pushing up this way. And now I'm going to move over to the right over here. And yeah, we just you can steadily push this way. And here you go. If you guys want a speed comparison for anybody that has the IS-7, the Chieftain is just as fast as the IS-7. It's actually a little bit quicker. So there we go, we got both the other enemy artillery spotted. We're just going to aim on them, and we'll finish him off really quick. And with the rate of fire of this gun, we can aim in on the next artillery, and before anybody else has a chance to shoot him, we'll go ahead and take him out as well. So I've got a buddy of mine calling for some help on a Death Star towards the middle. I did see a medium off to my right, but I'm going to ignore him and let this heavy and this tank destroyer over here take him out. I probably could have shot one on the move, but I really wanted to get over here and help these guys out with this Death Star. Apparently it was halting their progress. So here we go. As you see, it looked like it may have been turning. And sure enough, it was turning around to come this way, so we'll put one in the side of his hatch right there, or side of his turret. And then we're going to get up here and hug this rock, give him the biggest bloom possible on his gun. And as you see, he missed his shot. So we'll just face hug him, and we'll put one right through his front right there. And we'll finish him off for our 6th kill. So now there's 2 mediums and a light tank left, and they're all up in the top right corner. Got the light tank in A7, and both the mediums are moving around from the C9 area up to the A9 area. And with that in mind, knowing that they're light-skinned like that Leopard or like that AMX 1375, we switch to Hesh rounds. So if you pay attention here, you'll see the velocity of this round versus the standard rounds. So we'll just do an auto lock and we'll fire just a second late, no big deal. But here's that Panther 88 up here. We're going to go ahead and try to take a shot at him really quick.
Unlocking target.
And just that slow traveling round. Because of that, we missed the shot. Not to mention it wasn't a great shot anyway. So we probably would have missed either way. But just seeing how slow that round travels compared to the normal rounds. And we just barely missed being able to get that side shot. But we did end up with 7 penetrating hits and 6 kills. So on that battle, we ended up making 43,000 silver, we made 1,800 experience, we got a Pascushi's medal, and a Top Gun. We did just over 2,200 damage on 8 penetrations, and we assisted for 1,200 damage by tracking that Jagdpanzer E100. So, yeah, as you can see, this tank is very versatile. You can use it as a medium, you can use it as a heavy, and everything in between. Here's all the team stats. As you can see, everybody on our team did fairly good. We had several people do over 2,000 damage. So I was actually surprised that, 2,200 damage was pretty good for that battle. Just had a really, really good team. Anyway, on to the next battle. This time we're on the Arctic region during the snow. Now, a lot of times when I'm in a heavy tank on this map, I will go down to the H8 area and work my way around that way and do the heavy on heavy fight. But considering this is the encounter mode and it's got the flag in the D4 area, and there is not a whole lot of tier 10s on each team, I decided to go the northern route and, you know, go up the 2 line all the way to the Charlie 2 area. And the reason I do that is because I know there's going to be a lot of tier 8s and some tier 9s that like to camp in the E2, E3 area and camp over the flag, just in case anybody tries to do a quick cap. So with that in mind, and knowing that some people are going right, I decided to go to the left up here. And as you guys can tell, I'm no longer platooned up with my friends. This was just a solo battle. So yeah, I'm just cruising around in the Chieftain, having some fun. And I mean, the rate of speed on this thing, I mean, I'm way up in the front. I pretty much treat this tank like a medium tank. And go up, do some spotting, put some damage out while I can, and play that way. So if you guys don't know, and you're on this map and you start on the same side as I did, there's a nice little spot that I'm going to park at here in just a moment that is very good for a medium tank like a T62 Alpha, an STB1, anything like that, where it has a low profile. But you can park right here and you can expose your turret but not your hull. But considering I'm in a little bit larger of a tank, the Chieftain, a little bit of my hull is exposed, but it's primarily only my turret. I do like this spot because it offers you a lot of protection, but you can still, you know, see the enemy and, you know, potentially snipe out some weak spots. So, looking at the team spread, it looks like the enemy went down to the corner where I would normally fight, and there's a lot of them there, with only one of our friendly heavies. Looks like we got 3 snipers on the hill, a medium tank that's coming up the 2-3 line right now. Like I said, we got a group of people in the E2 area sniping over the flag. We got a medium at the flag. And then over here with me, I've got a medium, a heavy, and a tank destroyer that's flexing around changing. And there's that Motherland. We'll go ahead and shoot. Unfortunately, he had his turret turned at such an angle to where his gun absorbed that hit. But we did damage his gun at least. And it looks like his friendly heavy that was right next to him got taken out really quick. It looked like the snipers on the hill got him. So what we're going to do now, considering that's the only people we've seen up top, is we're going to push forward. We are keeping an eye on our surroundings here, and just trying to not get tunnel vision. The enemies are pushing up the from the H7 area, and it looks like they're engaging the people that are on Sniper Hill and the people that are behind that hill as well. So we got to push on this Motherland here. We'll just do a quick snapshot there, put it into his lower plate, and pulling up at that angle, the only thing exposed was my turret. So now we're just going to push on him one more time, try to shoot him in the turret. And there we go, standard round right through his gun mantlet. Got that quick reload, so we'll just wiggle around a bit, pull back forward, and we will finish him off. Excuse me. So now we're just going to push forward a little bit more. Try to get some eyes on some more enemies over here. Oh, there's an enemy T-32. We'll try a snapshot and miss. He'll shoot at us and miss. He may have hit the guy behind us, that medium tank that followed us up the hill. We'll try another snapshot and miss. We'll take some fire from straight ahead and from the right. So we'll change our angle here, and we'll use this dead Motherland as a little bit of cover. Now, even though I can't cover up all of my hull, I do have my armor angled to where if that T-32 does pull up and try to take a shot at me, it'll hopefully reduce the chance of him penetrating my side armor. And this medium tank up here is right next to me, so he might actually take... Yep, he took the shot right there.
They destroyed one of our tanks.
And he is not doing so good. He's out of the game. Back to the garage for him.
Reloaded.
But we do have 3 more people up here with us. And that T-32 is actually staying hulled down pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead back up, readjust, and go to the left and poke around the rock over here. So the battle's even at 4 each. We'll do a snapshot, hit the T-32 because he did come out a little bit too far, and he gave us the side of his tank.
Unlocking target.
We'll try to get one more shot. Unfortunately, we miss. Had a mix between internet and just him being pretty good and only exposing his turret. But we ended up missing. But now it's time to push on him, and push on him pretty hard. Because if you look down near the G5 area, there's a lot of guys down there pushing around my friendlies. So we'll snapshot on the E100. We'll just bounce off him, no problem. We're going to push forward and take out this T-32, flank around, and hopefully get some side shots on those guys. So the T-32 actually has a pretty decent gun. If I show him the side of my hull, he will penetrate. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to pull forward slowly, aim at his hatch, and only expose our turret. And since we can't get through his hatch with a regular round, we did switch to premium rounds here. The rate of fire for me is better than him, so we'll put one right through the top there. Unfortunately, his viewport is going to eat a couple rounds here, and I won't do any damage. But in return, he's not doing any damage to me either. Oh, and there's a Borsig right there. That's the priority now. He's got a way better gun than the T-32. So I'll pull forward into the low ground. Try not to let him get a good shot. And he bounces off my turret as well. So we'll just finish him off and go back to the T-32. Aim at the hatch again. And we hit his viewport. Got another tank destroyer, Jagdtiger 88 pushing up. We're going to try to focus on the T-32. The Jagdtiger 88 does have a really good rate of fire though, and I do believe his gun can penetrate the hatch of my tank. So we'll try to put one into him, and we'll just bounce off the top. It was a really bad angle. I mean, but you can't make a shot if you don't take it. So we'll take the side of the T-32's turret right there. And then we're going to push forward. Not enough gun depression on that little hill. So we'll pull to the right a little bit. And there we go. Go through the front plate of the Jagdtiger. No problem. He fired on us. He turned a little bit to try to bounce around. But I'll put another one through his front plate. And now the only thing left is this T-32. And he just fired, so I will just put one into his side. And the medium hit him right before we did, but we did finish him off. And there we go. We got 11 penetrations and 4 kills. And after that little fight, as you see, the rest of my team got wiped out down near Sniper Hill and on the other side of the flag. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to pop up on top of this Sniper Hill on this side of the map, see if I can detect anybody. And if I do, I'll go ahead and put some rounds into them. Switch back to my standard rounds. I don't want to go through all of my premium rounds. Oh, and there's T-57 Heavy. We'll just get him out really quick. See a Tier 8 tank destroyer, the ISU-152. Angle my front. Unfortunately, I didn't angle it enough, and he did penetrate. Meanwhile, I did miss that shot and hit the dirt, so I'll just take another one, and I'll finish him off as well. And that's a top gun. Got 3 enemy heavies left. Looks like a Conqueror right there that we can't get to. So we're going to try to pull back down this hill and try to get flanking shots to cover the flag. And just in time because somebody just pulled onto the flag. And it looks like the Conqueror's taken out. So we'll go ahead and aim towards the flag. Somebody was just there. And there's a Tier 8 Japanese heavy tank, the Oho. And we got his side. So we'll put one into him. I probably should have went for a tracking shot there. I did try to get greedy and go for an ammo rack. But I'll try to track here. Unfortunately, we don't succeed on tracking him. And we can't get a shot. But there's the E5. And we'll just finish him off with a flanking shot as well. Shoot him in the side. Now we're just trying to get an angle on this Oho. Unfortunately, he's driving down into a little valley there. Decide to switch to a premium round just to be on the safe side to take him out a little bit quicker. If I do get this kill, it's a Radley Walters. But unfortunately, somebody else just takes him out right before I can get there. So it looks like we just got a Devastator instead. Anyway, fellas, that's just how I play the Chieftain. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All of that really helps me out. At the end of that, we ended up doing almost 4,500 damage. We blocked almost 2,200 damage. We ended up spending 15,000 silver for the premium rounds we used, but we did get 2,800 experience. here's the team stats for anybody that wants to pause and take a look at all that. And yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, that's how I play it. But until next time, fellow tankers, you guys go out and kill some shit. I hope to see you guys on the battlefield.